everybody, welcome back to Ash's Glitter Factory. Today I'll be reading chapter 20 in the Grimrose Girls book. And chapter 20 is also the start of part 2, A Hedge of Thorns. Chapter 20, Nani. Nani overheard the whispers, but she wasn't sure what to make of them. Yuki had woken Roy during the night, and the two of them had left, bringing the book Nani had found in Irene-'s closet. Nani made sure her breathing was quiet, still asleep, so she could listen closely to the mutterings. People don't get themselves killed over books. That's what Rory had said. Did that mean what it sounded like? Did it mean Irene hadn't just died? Somebody had killed her? Someone at Grimrose? What other secrets was the school hiding? To discover what happened to her father, maybe Nani would have to start unveiling the secrets of Grimrose itself. She didn't have to be anyone's friend for that. She only had to learn what they knew. If the girls had left in a hurry, and Nani enjoyed the time she had to herself. She opened the window, feeling the wind shift outside, leaves carried by the air, and once again Nani missed home. She missed the summer, the real summer she knew in Hawaii, where the days were sweltering and the ocean breeze was always singing in tune with the sun. Nani had only brought a few of her dresses. She had no clothes for winter, no idea what it would look or feel like. She only knew what the feel of the cotton against her skin. Her skirt always short because of the way her body curved. She loved her clothes, even if they were old, and the fit was tighter because they belonged to her mother, but every time Nani wore one of her dresses, she felt closer to her. Nani looked out the window and called Tutu. It rained several times before she picked up, and Nani waited to hear her grandmother's thin, croaky voice. Nani, Ma, shouldn't you be in class? Was the first thing that came, for Tutu always used shorter word for grandchild. Her mouth rounded in a circle as she stretched the vowels. It's late. There was an 11-hour difference between them now. All the way across the world, Nani had never gone so far before. Never been farther than the ocean that surrounded them. It starts in about half an hour, Nani said. She could hear the noise of evening on the other side of the speaker, the neighbor's music, the far-off sound of the motorboat near the beach, sounds that made her think of home. Good, Tutu replied. We miss you here, Ma. You stuttering hard? We miss you here. Here. Nani heard the words, and then she wanted to forget them. Who was we? Her own grandmother? Who hadn't even stopped her from leaving? Nani's mistake was thinking she belonged there too. Yes, Tutu, Nani said, feeling the heartache of a world away. Made any new friends? Tutu asked, half hopeful, half trying to hide it. No, Nani said, though in her mind's eye, the image of the girls flashed. Rory and Yuki in her room, Ella offering for her to copy the homework, Swenja asking for her secrets. I'm only here to study. Making friends never hurts. You were so lonely here, with all the books all day at home. Did you get anything from my father? Any news? Tutu's voice went silent over the phone. Nothing yet, but there could be something soon. You know how he is, Nani. He promised me, and he isn't here. Don't you think you're worried over nothing? Tutu asked, her voice gentle, careful, trying to work her way around Nani's stubbornness, the trait she'd inherited from her father, same as his eyes and nose. The school was a gift. You should enjoy it. Not be worried about him. He's going to come home. His phone goes straight to voicemail. He left no address. How can you not be worried? Nani's voice came out strangled at the end, her anger finally showing. Tutu always made excuses for Nani's father. Tutu, his daughter, had married a man from the continent who left the following day and spent weeks away while 3 women waited for him to return. Tutu, who lost her only daughter to this fate and never made a point of fighting back. Nani didn't want to be like Tutu. She didn't want to be like her mother. She refused to spend her life waiting for things that would never come. I have to go, Nani said to her grandmother. Take care. Do your homework. My heart is always with you, Tutu said, as if Nani needed to be reminded. Aloha wa Iamoa. Love you too, Tutu, she muttered to the phone, but the line was already dead. With Rana out of the equation, and none of the teachers cooperating, Nani didn't know where to go, except the one place she had always found her answers, the library. She had already seen it once, a place so essential she'd lost her breath the first time she saw it, a place woven out of dreams that everyone in the school treated as if it were ordinary, something that made her hate them even more. Nani wanted to start with the basics. The library itself didn't offer much on the history of Grimrose, only the history of the building and the school mission, which were deeply uninteresting, not to mention uninspired. Someone sat down next to her at a table, and Nani turned around to tell them to go away before she realized it was Swenja. She wore her chestnut hair down this time, her eyes lined in black. Hey, Swenja said, crossing her legs elegantly in a chair. Hi. Haven't seen you around that much since the assembly. Looks like we don't have the same schedule. Swenja gave her an amused smile, her tongue clicking. You do know we're in 6 classes together, right? Nani blinked, opening her mouth to answer and realizing she had none to give. It had me wondering whether you were really clueless or if you were just ignoring me because you were angry about something I did. Sonja's posture was erect, her shoulders straight. Nani didn't think she could make her body do that even if she tried. So, are you? Sonja asked, raising a single eyebrow. Am I what? Angry? Why would I be? I barely remember even talking to you. Nani lied. I think you remember just fine, Sonja said in an easy tone, leaning back on the chair. I didn't want to scare you off so fast. Why do you care? Because I like you, Sonja said, winking. But if I did scare you, I'm hoping it was a good scare. Butterflies in your stomach, that sort of thing. Nani felt them now, as if summoned by Sonja's word. A sense of her knees turning wobbly as Sonja got up, moving gracefully, every step like she was moving on air. You really should pay more attention in class, Sonja said, one finger resting against Nani's shoulder, deliberate pressing against her shirt. Would be a shame if you had to get stuck here one more year. Maybe then you'd actually have to talk to people. You assume a lot for someone who doesn't know me. But I do kind of know you. You're a girl with no secrets. There isn't a lot to tell. Sonja smirked, then took out her hand off Nani's shoulder, the last trace of her spicy perfume lingering as she walked away. Nani swallowed her anger, feeling a bob on her throat, like a ball of fire, trying to ignore the lingering feeling Sonja's presence left on her. She closed the book in front of her. Grimrose's history was going to be useless if she didn't know what was happening in the school now. Her father had gone missing before the beginning of the year, not 100 years ago. Just in a moment, Nani saw Ella climbing the stairs in a hurry. Letting her curiosity get the better of her, Nani followed her up into one of the smaller hidden rooms at the library. Ella had closed the door behind her, and Nani put an ear against the wall. Yuki and Rory were there too, their voices rising. They were still talking about that damned book they'd found. Nani didn't know why it was so important. She listened to the conversation as it got more tense, overhearing only a couple of words that were louder, as Ella said something too low for her to hear. Something brushing against Nani's leg, and Nani looked down as the black shadow crossed the path. When it turned, Nani saw his yellow eyes, and the cat opened his mouth in a hiss, showing his sharp fangs. The cat slammed his paw against Nani's leg, cutting 3 identical lines across her calf. Nani yelped, slamming against the door hard enough when it pushed open. She fell in, right in the middle of the room, and the girls she had just been eavesdropping on. The cat sauntered into the doorway, hissing in a way that Nani could only describe as self-satisfied. Oh my God, Rory said. What is that? Nani asked, clutching her leg in pain as scratches started turning red with blood. Ella walked towards the cat, picking it up, easily ignoring his hissing menace. This is Mephistopheles, she said simply. He can be a bit overprotective if anyone's listening in. The 3 girls turned to Nani, and Nani didn't even know how to begin explaining herself. Okay, that is the end of chapter 20. I hope you enjoyed this video. Bye!